There are a few great cover buys this week for you cover lovers, and maybe even for you speculators. My 1960s classic cover may surprise you. Stay tuned for the video.
Anachronic.
Hi comic book guys and gals, I'm Joe and welcome to Anachronic Comics. This week's top cover from the 1960s is representative of a significant Marvel genre that you don't see talked about often, the Marvel Western. Now, Marvel has a rich history of Western heroes, characters such as Two-Gun Kid and Kid Colts, to name two. But one character which paved the way for the Marvel Westerns in the 1960s was the Rawhide Kid. Now, the Rawhide Kid is Johnny Bart, Marvel's best-known Western hero. Though he was branded as an outlaw, he continues to fight for right and justice. He was created by Stan Lee and Bob Brown, debuting in Rawhide Kid number 1. And the Rawhide Kid debuted in a 16-issue series that ran from March 1955 through September of 1957 from Marvel's 1950s predecessor, Atlas Comics. Rawhide Kid was revamped for what was now Marvel Comics by Stan Lee, and he was penciled by Jack Kirby. Now, it continued the Atlas numbering with issue number 17, his first Marvel appearance from August of 1960. This cover by Jack Kirby clearly represents the many Western-themed TV shows and movies of the 1960s. Now, a bit of trivia. Kirby continued as the penciler through number 32, which is February of 1963, and he drew covers through issue number 47. Now, Stan Lee's writer-brother, Larry Lieber, wrote many of the revamped Rawhide Kid stories, and he began a 9-year run as a series writer and artist, which lasted over 75 issues from 1964 through 1973. Significantly adding to his reinvented 1960s version. Now, the comic book ran for 151 issues, ending with number 151 in May of 1979. And the Rawhide Kid has appeared periodically subsequently in miniseries and alternate versions on other roads. Two premium covers this week, both from Dynamite. The first is Barbarella number 8, the cover K, the Cohen Limited Virgin for $50. Now, look at this cover. Cohen had to spend a ton of time not only beautifully depicting Barbarella, but her hair. My gosh, it's just beautifully done. I hope he got paid well for this one. The second is Panther number 3, the cover J by Mettioni. It's a limited version for $50. Besides the beautiful artwork, there is so much going on here with Panther's reflection, the skull in the sky above her, and where exactly is she? If the $50 price tag for these two premium covers is too much, and it is for me, you can pick up the trade dress for either of these comic books for a more reasonable $3.99. I have 3 honorable mentions this week. The first cover on my honorable mention list is Action Comics number 1041, cover B by Julian Totino Tedesco. It's a cardstock variant for $5.99. Very interesting. A throwback to the Superman Pretenders, the Eradicator, Superboy, and Hank Henshaw, as well as John Henry Irons, that appeared just after Superman's death at the hands of Doomsday back in Superman number 75 in January of 1993. Next up is Devil's Reign, X-Men number 3, the cover A by Phil Noto for $3.99. Emma Frost has taken on many opponents as the White Queen, but this time Kingpin has plans for her, and it looks like Kingpin may be living in Emma Frost's head. It's a great cover by Noto. The last honorable mention for this week is Venom, Lethal Protector number 1, the Lucio Parrillo variant B for $4.99. Now, I just love about everything Parrillo does. Here, he has Venom in an unusual situation, seemingly relaxing at home on an extremely uncomfortable looking chair using a skull as a footstool. And what are the chickens all about? Number 5 is Batman, One Dark Knight #2, cover A by Jock, who also wrote the story. This is a DC Black Label imprint for $6.99. Now this cover is all about perspective. We see a few moments before the fighting begins. Batman is hardly visible at the far end of an alleyway. Meanwhile, although you can't see his opponents, they are so close you can clearly see their weapons. Part of what I don't see is what's Batman holding? Number 4 is Captain America Iron Man #5, the Alex Ross cover for $3.99. Now Alex Ross provides us with a wonderful depiction of Cap and Shellhead on and above a rooftop, looking out at a situation that might soon need their combined efforts to correct. And look at that sky. A great Alex Ross cover. Number 3 is The Amazing Spider-Man #93, the Gleason variant for $5.99. Now I thought that Gleason's web-inspired drawings had become oversaturated, but he keeps finding new iterations. This one is another, with a single very talented spider making a web drawing of Spider-Man's head. For number 2, I've selected Trial of the Amazons, Wonder Girl #1, cover B, the Jeff DeCal cardstock variant for $4.99. Just a beautiful depiction of young Yara Flor and her horse, with the horse effectively becoming a solid white background to emphasize Yara Flor on this cover. Finally, my number 1 top cover for New Comic Book Day, March 23rd, 2022 is Harley Quinn #13, the Will Jack variant B for $3.99. I just fell in love with this cover the moment I saw it. Now, we know that Harley would not hesitate to rob and kill, but she looks so innocent and seems like a young woman who's just having some fun. The use of the blurred background just makes this wonderful depiction of Harley Quinn that much better. Now remember to leave a comment on whether you would buy any one of the covers I picked or any other based solely on the cover art. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Be well, and I'll see you soon.